Hey YouTube, it's Marita and welcome to another edition of the Nurse Lounge. And today we're actually going to talk about loyalty versus experience. Which is more important? So if you want to see what I'm talking about, please stay tuned. Welcome back. My name is Dr. Marita P. Registered nurse. OBGYN is my specialty, well baby nursery, as well as I've been a nurse educator now for the past, say, 16 years. I work at HBCU and I'm doctorally prepared. So with that out the way, I want to talk about loyalty versus experience. So let's kind of dive back and think about our parents and grandparents in the sense of when they started working, they typically were about 16, 17, even 14, 15 years old. And they happen to stay at the same job for about till they're 60 something. Whenever retirement happened, is when they stayed at their same job. Today, that does not work. Specifically in nursing, healthcare, it does not work. Recommendation is that you move around every 3 to 5 years. And the reason being why that's important is because of the fact that you need to gain different varying experiences. So I highly recommend that once you get your experience somewhere, that you decide to dive in and get you a PRN job somewhere, just kind of test the waters and see what you like, see what's different. If you happen to work at a large teaching hospital, maybe get you a PRN job at a small community hospital. Why is that important? Varying experiences was what makes that important. I have worked with nurses who have been in the same job, same hospital for 30 years. And when I tell you based on my experience in itself, because I've been to various hospitals, I've worked in various positions, I've taught various nursing students at different levels of education, it makes me more well-rounded. Again, gone are the days of when we stay in one location, one place our entire nursing career. We need to definitely move around. It's very important to move around. So what would that look like? You know, for me, even in education, I have worked at different institutions. I have did the LP and RN program. I've worked with LPN program. I did the 2-year RN, the 4-year RN. I did bridge programs. I've worked in a community college. I've worked in a technical school. I've worked HBCU. I've worked PWI. And that is what makes me more well-rounded when it comes to educating nursing students of today. When it came to the bedside, I often worked, I had my one main job that I worked at in the hospital, but I also had either PRN jobs elsewhere, or when I did my clinicals with nursing students, I got to see firsthand how other hospitals operated, how they did things, what techniques they used to close maybe dressings or wounds and things like that. I learned a lot by watching and doing other places that my home institution, my home hospital did not do. And because of that, I happen to stay abreast on the latest as a result of that. So I highly advise you to definitely get your experience somewhere and kind of move around a little bit. Again, the rule of thumb is about every 3 to 5 years to really change jobs, to be honest with you. I did not do that as my full-time gig, but I did do that as my PRN or part-time gig. I stayed at one main job for a period of time, honestly for like 16 years, but my PRN gigs were always moving around. That's also the benefit of travel nursing if you all decide to do something like that when you have experience. Travel nursing lets you to try it before you really buy it, or not being fully invested in it or vested in that area of a nursing or that facility or that hospital. If you live on the East Coast, but you get to work on the West Coast, say in California somewhere, you get to see how they do things out there. And then you get to learn from that, bring home experiences and skills that you can use back at home and even teach some of your coworkers or peers. So I highly recommend that you get some experience, whatever your specialty happens to be. After that, move around a little bit. Again, have a grounded job. Make sure you're bringing in money. Have a grounded job. But definitely get you a side hustle if you choose to in nursing. Make it a PRN gig or a part-time gig somewhere else to see what else is out there. It's not always about the money. It's about the experience. And so sometimes we want to do things, again, not about the money. Of course, we want to get paid. Not about the money again. It's about the experience. And that's what I want to drive home in this video. Experience, experience, experience. There's no such thing as loyalty, in my opinion, when it comes to healthcare, specifically nursing, because they're not loyal to you. I can guarantee you, if you get sick, you die. Whatever happens, they'll have your position posted tomorrow. So, and that's just being real. That's just being real. You have to look out for you. So the days of being loyal, again, are long gone. This is a short, sweet video. I wanted to put this out there because I know there's so many of you who, like, well, I want to go work somewhere and get my experience. Yes, get your experience. But don't think that they care really anything about you, because they don't. Nurses cost the hospital money. We don't make them money. So with that being said, they're not loyal to you 9 times out of 10. You need to think about yourself, get your experience, get your education, and take what you can and move on. So hopefully this video finds you well. I have more to come. And not just to talk about this, but I want to get some ideas about what you all want to see on this channel regarding nursing specifically, or if you happen to watch the narcissist videos, what do you want regarding that? Also, I plan to do a 12 days of Christmas this year, so I'm looking forward to that. Things that I'm trying to get myself, things that I'm going to do when it comes to my self-care, things that I want to buy for myself for Christmas, my 12 days of Christmas. So I'm going to start that, of course, in December. But what things do you all want to see? Please comment those things below. And until the next time, you all take care. Bye-bye.